So we often talk about beginning with data structuring. Why is data structuring so important?
So, we've been now building AI solutions for a very long time. In fact, very recently, just this morning, I was talking to a very large pizza company, restaurant, and chain, which is all over the world. And they were talking about using AI bots to order pizzas. Now, seems like a pretty straightforward thing. There are a lot of, compared to considering what's out there today, right? Google has different solutions for conversational AI. NVIDIA has these solutions. Now, the hurdles you face, and this I'm taking this example because it applies to other types of AI solutions as well. You made the generic algorithms may be able to translate what a consumer is saying on the phone, but understanding the context behind a lot of what is said is very, very hard unless you structure that information.
Okay.
So, for example, someone may say, "I want a spicy pizza." What do they really mean by that, right? And it has to be something which is currently being, in the menu for that particular restaurant. And what does spicy mean, in their context? All of that is not embedded in the information that the customer is giving you. It needs to be somehow translated, and that translation is what we call structuring of data.
Okay.
So all of the information that you get in the form of voice needs to be structured. You need to add different types of attributes. For example, if you have pepperoni pizza or let's say mushrooms as a topping, you may want to tag these different toppings for whether they're vegan or not, whether they're gluten-free or not, and so on, right? Unless you have that tagging embedded, if someone suddenly says, is this pizza gluten-free, right? Or is this a vegan pizza? What does that mean? The only way of knowing that is once you've added this structure to the data set or to this, to the voice information that you're collecting. So structuring means based on a certain taxonomy, adding context, which is specific to the business, the industry, and any other information that a customer generally likes to use when buying that product. And unless you add all of this structured information, any AI solution you build will not be smart enough to understand all of the context in what is being said or what is being represented, or whether this is through a conversational AI or whether it's through a chat box. Right. Or whether it's an image that you're looking at and you're trying to identify whether what information is contained in that image. And once you have this structuring done, then suddenly a whole set of opportunities open up. Let's say that you use so there's another very interesting example which we are a project that we are working on with a German retailer who is trying to create a virtual shelf for all the wines they sell, right? In their different stores. And it's a convenience store, almost like a 7-Eleven. So it's a very small store. And as a result, each store can have only so many bottles of wine. So what they're doing is they're trying to combine multiple stores in a region in a 5-mile radius. And we are providing an application where the store manager can just take the picture of each bottle from all sides. We will extract all of the information, we'll classify that wine and into different taxonomy, and automatically generate a product catalog on their mobile phone. So now a consumer can now search through this structured data as opposed to look through wine bottle images and order bottles. They would quickly get to know which store to pick it up from, and they go and pick it up, right? So all of this is enabled only because the data is structured. So it's just, there's no getting away from it, right? You need to get that structuring done before you start building all of the solutions on top.
Okay, thanks for those examples.
Yeah.